Hello, and welcome back to Campus Talks. Gun violence has been an ongoing issue for many years, especially in the music industry. Many musical artists have died due to gun violence. On today's segment, I'm going to be asking the students on campus how they feel about gun violence and how it's affected them, here on Campus Talks. Do you think that gun violence in the music industry has gotten better over the years, or has it gotten worse?
I feel like it's gotten worse in a way of also staying consistent. I feel like a lot of great rappers, a lot of good people have died because of the fame that they're in, and I feel like people just think that it's fun and it's cool, and it's really not, because people's lives are being played with.
It's definitely gotten worse because it's been easier to access guns, especially under the Trump administration. I definitely know that this past summer my cousin was involved in gun violence, and where he was shot a couple times, arm and leg. God willing, he survived and everything, but for people to be able to garner access to guns like so easily, it's a disgrace, honestly.
In the music industry, I think it probably got worse because now it's like more kids is like looking up to like people that's like doing bad stuff. So now they like more of like not caring, like they don't care as much as they used to. So they just going on whatever like they hear on TV, music, influence.
I think it's gotten a little bit better because I think that we've gotten. Let me just start by saying this, because I think people tend to forget. Hip-hop started in order to stop violence within our community. That's really why breakdancing started that way, right? Which is part of the hip-hop community. Unfortunately, those types of lessons haven't been taught to the newer generations. And we have a huge loss in between generations because we're not passing down vital information and history, and we're not teaching each other to unify, which is really, one of the foundations of the hip hop culture.
I think it's gotten better because, like, while it's unfortunate that the shootings of rappers still happen, they're not like as frequent as they were years ago. So I think there is improvement. It's just not fast enough, you know.
So what was your initial reaction to Nipsey Hussle's death?
My initial reaction to Nipsey Hussle's death was a very sad one. I was sad for mostly his kids and his long-term girlfriend, Lauren London.
Well, I feel it was a shame that he got killed because he was doing so many good things in his community. I honestly haven't heard much of his music, but the little bit that I have heard, there is a lot of violence in it. But it's still a shame that he got shot down the way he did, especially when he was trying to uplift the community. So it's really sad to see it.
I listen to his music, so when like I heard about the news at first, like they wasn't sure of whether he passed away or not, and it was actually overwhelming when I heard about the news because he always preached positivity and things like that.
My initial reaction, it was sad. It's sad that we still have like gun violence in the world and how it's affecting people like Nipsey, who's just out in the community trying to better his community. People have to pass away for such petty things. It's upsetting.
And what do you think could be done to, if not completely minimize gun violence in the music industry?
I think we really need to come together as a people, as one, because it's not just, I don't want to blame music. I don't think it's music's fault. I think we don't have, our education system is in the floor, is in the toilet, it doesn't function. Our cultural, we don't have a pride of culture because it's not, once again, the vital information of who we are as a people. We didn't start with slavery. We have a whole history that a lot of our young kids don't know about.
I feel like at least just make it harder to like acquire guns, like run background checks, like if someone has a criminal record, if they're associated with like a gang or something like that, like making sure they're not able to like get a gun.
Tighten up gun laws. Like from what I understand, it's a simple background check in order to get a gun, but I think stuff like that's too easy. Like instead of just a simple background check, why not have like a test on the person's mental fortitude? Because it can be easy for someone that could be possibly schizophrenic or have some type of mental disability to garner access to a gun and then use it in public places.
So as we can see, many of the students on campus feel as though gun violence has gotten completely worse over the years. They also feel as though gun laws need to be implemented more to completely eliminate gun violence, not only for musical artists, but for everyday people. Tune in next time as I ask students their opinions on other interesting topics here on Campus Talks.